It was a peaceful morning. I woke up well rested, drank some milk, and just sat there. Everyone else seemed busy, like they had a purpose. And me? Well, I opened my laptop, that's when I saw it. Microjam 037, theme, food. Prerequisite, food is the goal. And because I had literally nothing else to do, I joined, and I thought, everything's gonna be fine. It was not fine. Lately I've been kinda addicted to those simple, chaotic arcade games on mobile. You know, the ones that barely make sense, but somehow you end up playing them for way too long. Fast gameplay, weird ideas, a little brain rot, but it works. So when I saw the theme for this jam, food, and the extra rule, food is the goal, I thought, what if you're driving a reckless food truck, speeding through the city, and you have to throw burgers at people? That was it, no second guesses. It's perfect. From there, I started sketching out the core gameplay loop. An endless runner, where the road keeps going, and your truck never stops. You toss burgers at people on the street. You earn money for every successful delivery, but there's a catch. You can run out of burgers. And if you don't have money to restock, well, it's game over. So yeah, in this game, food is quite literally the goal. With the idea locked in, I moved straight to prepping assets. Thankfully, I wasn't starting from scratch. I already had a couple basics lying around, like a stretch of highway and some grassland tiles. But I was still missing the stars of the show, a proper food truck, and of course NPCs to aggressively feed. So I went on a scavenger hunt for assets. First stop, itch.io. I found a food truck model that looked just right, made by Designer Soup. Shout out to them. It's boxy, it's cute, it screams this truck is legally not allowed to be on the road. Perfect. Next up, the burger itself. I found it on Sketchfab, and let me tell you it looked dangerously edible. And then, the NPCs, I didn't even think twice. Kenny assets. Reliable, free, and basically the IKEA of indie game development. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Ingredients secured. It was time to open the kitchen. AKA, Unity. I made a fresh new project, named it something inspiring, like Burger Sender, or something. I started placing things into the scene. First, I laid down a few road tiles, not too long, not too wide. Then added grass tiles on both sides to make it feel like an actual road. Now since this game was gonna be an endless runner, I started thinking, instead of making the truck move forward and risk it flying into the void, what if I just move the road instead? Turns out, that's exactly how most endless runners work. You don't move the player, you move the world. So, the setup was pretty smart. You spawn new road tiles ahead of the player, and once the old tiles are out of view, they get deleted, rinse and repeat. The truck stood still, but the road just kept scrolling underneath. It was weirdly satisfying to see it working on the first try. Once the road illusion was working, it was time for the main attraction, burger tossing. Now this isn't just some basic shoot forward in a straight line kind of thing. In Burger Sender, wherever you click on the screen, that becomes your burger's target. The game calculates the direction from the food truck to your click point, and then, ooh, look at me. I calculate burger trajectory. Boring. Point is, if you throw too early or miss the target, you don't get money. No money, no burgers, and no burgers, no deliveries. So yeah, aim matters. Next, I added basic lane switching using the A and D keys, just enough so the player can dodge things, and more importantly, line up the perfect burger throw. It's a simple system, but essential later on, especially once other vehicles show up as obstacles. But when I tested it at first, something felt off. Sure, the truck moved lanes, but it didn't feel like it was actually turning, so I added a small rotational tilt whenever the truck changes lanes. Just a few degrees of yaw, but it made a huge difference. Now it feels like the truck is really swerving, not just sliding. Sometimes it's the little polish touches that make the whole thing click. That was enough chaos for one day. I knew day 2 was gonna be a wild ride, so I shut everything down and hit the sack and hoped tomorrow my code wouldn't hit me back.
Bruh.
I woke up, feeling something between motivated and mildly panicked. I had less than 24 hours to turn a barely functioning food truck simulator into a real game. First up, I added some neighborhood flavor, rows of houses scattered along the sides of the road, and pedestrians to be your loyal burger consumers. I set up spawn zones, randomized house types, and let the NPCs stroll along the sidewalk. And it worked. Except for one small issue, NPCs kept spawning inside the houses, like some kind of burger-hungry phantoms. Not ideal. I fixed the spawn points, and now they roam the city like real humans, kinda. Next, the economy. I added floating dollar signs along the road. Simple pickups that give you $2 every time your truck touches them. It tied the whole loop together. Throw burgers, get money, restock, survive longer. Of course, I couldn't just let you cruise freely. This is a road, so I added traffic. Random cars now spawn and drive in the same direction. And if you crash into one, simple, brutal, effective. It forces you to switch lanes, pay attention, and not just zone out in burger autopilot mode. With pedestrians walking, houses spawning, money flying, and traffic moving, the game finally felt alive. Oh, and about the burgers themselves, you want a refill? Good luck. You can't just spawn them mid-run. You gotta crawl back to the main menu, spend your precious cash, and stock up before your next chaos ride. Moral of the story? Plan ahead, or starve your fans. Alright, so the core game loop was there, but something was missing. Chaos. Difficulty. Of course it can't stay easy forever, so I made the truck go faster and faster the longer you stay alive. Can't have you napping behind the wheel. Every few seconds the camera tilts left or right, randomly, by up to 30 degrees. Good luck aiming those burgers when the world's doing a barrel roll. And now, time to slap some UI on this burger mess. And everything's done. Time to upload it. Finished, just in time. Turns out people actually enjoyed this reckless burger truck, and guess what? Burger Sender landed at 17th in the ranking. Not bad for a speeding food crime. Apparently more people dig that than my usual weird jam games. My favorite part? Definitely when the truck crashes, it just yeets itself into the void, spinning like a Beyblade, then slaps you with that "you crashed" lol screen. Never fails to make me laugh, even during testing. Anyway, that's it. Another jam done, another chaotic game sent into the wild. And maybe, don't throw burgers at real pedestrians, okay? See you next video.